And we're back with another video. Now, there's two things I want to talk about today. And number one, that's Casey Fuego, who's suddenly becoming all famous for all the wrong reasons. And then there's another gentleman called Amfa, who is also out there scamming people for some or other reason there as well. Now, before we continue, I want to let you guys know I do give away two $5,000 funded accounts. All you have to do is make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you leave a comment related to the video in the comment section below. The first person we're going to talk about is fraud number one over here. Now, Casey Fuego has been trending all over social media, and one of the statements that he made that was he doesn't scam people anymore, and he's now all of a sudden calling out other scammers.
Which means he's not doing the right thing anyway.
Nah,
he's just exposing to be a trusted source.
Yeah.
But Casey Fuego knows that he's lying, and he also knows that there's a lot of times that he has been providing services to other people in the public eye as well. And one of the most recent things that has come to surface is basically signal services that he was selling, EAs that he was selling as well, which is weird though, why you would go on a podcast and then talk nonsense about people like Klami, who is exposing the Forex industry, but meanwhile you are also doing the opposite of what you said you was doing on a podcast. I don't understand that. Like, how does that make any sense? How do they allow a scammer to go on a podcast to talk about other scammers just so that his scam doesn't look that bad at all? Interesting. I don't know. Maybe you can tell us about the situation and how that works as well, because I do understand that you're really not done scamming other people as well, and I think you've probably gained a good audience from what it is that you were doing also. So if I had you on that podcast, I hope that they understand they are actually dealing with the fraud himself, as opposed to thinking that they are exposing other frauds also. So Casey Fuego, stop lying, my boy. You are not being as honest as you're supposed to be on that podcast that you are trending on so much as well. Next up, we're going to talk about Amfa, right? This guy says he's got 5 years experience in Forex trading. Now, he's also a person who sells in EA, who sold a robot to a client here as well. And here you can see the client says, so brother, I'm about to make a payment for the 500 Rand bot. My goat says, hello, no problem, because that is how it works. There's always no problem when you must pay. He then says the banking information to the client to make the payment, and his instructions to the client is immediate payment. Why do you need an immediate payment? Why does a millionaire need an immediate payment? Now, 500 Rand is really not going to make a difference to your bank account. But in any case, client sends a proof of payment. Client shows him that he's made an immediate payment of 500 Rand to Amfa. Client says, done. Did you get the money? Can we proceed? Triple question mark. He says, yes. Client asks, he asked the client, are you using iOS or Android? Client says he's using an iOS. He says that download the app on the link below. Mentor ID 4525. Broker RCG Markets. User guide. Keep winning. Add first link to your home screen. Client says I've done all of that. Client says he's using Alpha, which I would assume is Alpha Markets, right? Send your email address. This was all done in January, as you guys can see there. Client then sends the email address, and he says it needs a license key. My boy then provides the license key, right? So it's good to see the information is just flowing back and forward like it. Here the client sends a screenshot. No existing account. You do not have an active account. My boy then sends a link over there. My boy then sends a link over there and asks him, do I need to pay for this? He says yes. This is where the whole contradicting thing comes in, right? They sell you an EA that was repainted from another scammer, and they do not tell you about the fees that are associated with hosting this bot in order to use it on your cell phone. which I believe it's another 460 Rand if I'm correct. He tells the client, yeah, you need to pay again. Client told him, you should have told me. That's why I asked you on IG if I do need to pay for a subscription fee. Client says, let me wait for my withdrawal, then I get back to you. Now, this is why I was saying that when it comes to the general code of conduct and advertising, when you advertise, you should always give the client all the information. But I don't know why I'm talking to these guys about the general code of conduct, because they are not bothered by the law and how it works in any case, right? So let's continue. The client says, withdrawal in, I'm about to pay, you available for assistance, thanks for your payment. And then they continue, so it's giving me problems here. Is it only using AccuMarkets? Clients, he says to the client, you already linked your trading account. He will text the client back in 30 minutes, he's busy driving. The client tells him he's not using AccuMarkets. And then the client sends him another screenshot. Isn't it supposed to make me choose my own server? It doesn't press there, and I'm using Alpha Markets. You're home, I need assistance, brother. Which is kind of weird. What is weird is the fact that it is telling him that he can only use AccuMarkets, right? Now, you know what is weird about this is the fact that every EA, the other EA that I was busy dealing with as well, also only AccuMarkets. You must create the AccuMarkets account or use Android phone. On Android, it works on any broker. I did and tried filling in the details. It doesn't link. Delete the app and install again. I don't have Android, brother. I don't own any. 500 Rand for all this work. You probably thought you should have probably charged more for the EA. Any case, my boy's about to sign in there. Look what's happening now. You're also using on Android and which broker? Client says again, good morning. I just want to ask the question. So the bot is going to work when my Accu account is funded? He says yes. Client says again, good evening, brother. I don't understand what's going on with the bot. I funded my account and it does the same thing. It doesn't allow me to choose my server, or I'm the one who doesn't know what to do. Okay. Client says again, am I not supposed to be choosing my own server? Even though I have an Accu account, it still doesn't link to my MT5. I see no difference. Is this bot for iOS or Android? So I'm getting ignored. You understand? So they already taken the money. So now they don't really need to speak to you or deal with you any longer, right? He then replies, both. The client says, it doesn't work, bro. Can I please have my refund? Because you don't want to help me and your bot doesn't work on my phone. I don't have enough money like you do, bro. Can I please get a refund? There's no refund. I'm gonna say nothing because otherwise I'm gonna get another lawyer's letter. So I'm just gonna continue, right? I'm just gonna be a nice guy. Why didn't you let me know before? How can't you refund? Can I please get that, man? The client then says, a screenshot. Good evening, brother. Your robot just opened trades for me. Okay, set automatically. Goat Sniper version 2.0. But may I ask that isn't it supposed to show the name of the bot or software? It will, don't worry. Thanks, brother. Time to eat. Okay, so things seems to be looking very well. Client says, I was shocked. How did this happen? Because I haven't been on the market today. I thought my phone pressed itself, then closed the trades after 10 minutes. It reopened another trade and set SL and TP itself. But to remember, that's brought the Ghost Sniper. He says Ghost Sniper. Client says, should I let them run till TP? It will close position automatically. Client says, how much do you have now? You must also add NAS. On profit, 140 Rand. It added another 3. Don't worry. Okay, we in a negative. I'll update you. Add 2 positions. Right. Then things started to go very wrong with the account. And you can see the account keeps buying. The higher it goes, it keeps buying. So it bought there. At support, bought again close to that resistance level there, and that's also a resistance there. Then I bought again. It's buying at resistance, right? So gold stopped moving, and then boom, it blew, gone. All the money is gone. You understand? Now this is what I want to show you guys. The difference between this message over here. The difference between this message over here, which is this one, right? This message that he sent over here, where you can see he was very excited, and then when the account blew, he was not that happy anymore. Is the fact that you thought that just because you were in profits that you got exactly what it is that you paid for. But that is not how the market works. You guys need to stop thinking that you can buy EAs. If that account really could make any money on that EA, he would have not needed you to pay him 500 Rand on that account. Thank you for your time. And as always, cheers for ears.